3 on Citywide. Person with a gun, 6124 South King Drive. Caller says 32 Venezuelans are trespassing the building, showing guns in the courtyard, and they have motorcycles in the courtyard as well. All stairwells are filled. Nothing further is unclear.
Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Rita. I hope you guys are doing well. So as you might have heard, Venezuelan gangs are taking over entire neighborhoods in major cities. Let's get into it. So yesterday, apparently, Venezuela gangs, 32 of them to be exact, allegedly took over an apartment building in Chicago on 61st and King Drive. Now, I am familiar with this neighborhood. I know this building. You might know it too. You might have seen it. It was in a movie back in the 90s with Halle Berry. Same building. Apparently, a 911 call came in stating that there were around 32 Venezuelans in the courtyard of this building with firearms on motorcycles, etc. And of course, the internet is all abuzz, or I should say Twitter is all abuzz with what is going on. And of course, having seen what happened in Colorado, in Aurora, Colorado, where some of these Venezuelan gang members, Trendearagua, have taken over apparent apartment buildings.
Is it true that Trendearagua has came here to this area of Aurora?
Sí, por todo esto. Incluso allá arriba cerraron un apartamento.
Entonces no es una mentira que los bandilleros han venido.
No, no.
¿Y qué está haciendo los bandilleros?
Pues lo que siempre, robar, meterse a todos los conjuntos, sacar cosas de los mercados, todo eso.
¿Y ha escuchado de otras personas aquí en este sector que han sido extornados?
No, por aquí no. Por aquí, por estos lados. Pero de aquel lado sí que hubo mucho eso.
So she's from Venezuela, and what kind of crimes do Trendearaguas commit in Venezuela so people here in America can understand how dangerous they really are?
Robar, matar, extorsionar, todo eso. Y quieren venir aquí a hacer lo mismo. No están en Venezuela.
Of course, there are some who are trying to report that this never happened. Of course, non-government organizations are coming out and saying that this is not what's really happening.
This is the first time this has happened, but it was some people who were trying to break in, who broke into that apartment. But it's not just those people. We've actually had other groups, other people from this country who have tried to come to the complex, who have tried to break in, who have tried telling us that there are gangs here and have tried to get into where we live.
No gangs. No gangs here.
Other questions.
Although, you know, we aren't supposed to trust our lying eyes, right? The governor will tell you it's your imagination. And now there are nonprofit groups coming out saying it's your imagination as well. Don't believe your lying eyes. Straight out of a page of 1984, George Orwell's book, where the party told you basically, do not believe your lying eyes. We will tell you what you actually see and what you actually hear and what to believe. Anyway, back to Chicago. So some people have come out on social media to dispute this claim, saying that this is not actually happening. There are actually no gangs taking over because the gangs that are already there have something to say.
Hey, I'm over here. Over here, that's right, with folks in there. This is the building. No motherfucking Venezuelans ain't took over a motherfucking thing over here. You see this shit here? So that shit y'all seeing online, that's a damn lie. No motherfuckers ain't coming over here taking over a motherfucking thing.
Folks, which is a gang in Chicago. I don't know how widespread they are, but apparently a gang who has claimed this territory already and who is not going to put up with Venezuelan gangs moving in. And so where are we? Where is this? Is this the US? Is this the United States? Like where is this? This is really lawless anarchy type situation going on here. We have, I mean, it's just crazy to me. And so you have Chicagoans coming out and basically issuing statements, stating that Chicago is not the place to do this because, like where you're from, Chicago also has gangs that will come out and shoot up the building.
to all Venezuelans in Chicago, this is the warning. If you ain't on no bullshit, stay neutral. Somebody please translate. Stay neutral. If you know somebody that's in your building on bullshit, don't let them run in that building, and don't let nobody see them run in that building. Because once word get out that that's the building that they in, they gonna chop that down. Whatever building, the abandoned building y'all occupying and all that shit, yeah, you better get your food and just stay in the house. Because they come out doing some bullshit. Y'all gonna regret that. You're gonna really regret that. So, I don't speak Spanish. So somebody need to translate. I hope they got TikTok that translate, I guess. They can kind of make me seem like I'm speaking Spanish. But anyway, take this like a grain of salt if you like. But this ain't Colorado. This ain't Utah. This ain't none of them places. This is just like where you from.
And shout out to Daarulaa. I see you. I'll put a link to your TikTok below. So I just want to say, I don't know whether to be petrified of the fact that other gangs are basically coming in, claiming the territory, or feeling a sense of, okay, well, maybe that's one building that won't be taken over by perhaps Venezuelan gangs. I mean, how are we supposed to feel about the folks coming in and saying, we have this building, we have this building or this neighborhood locked down, so we are not concerned that Venezuelans are going to come in here because we will come in here and shoot the place up if they do. There are other people, I'm sure, other than gangs living in that building. So the same as in Aurora, Colorado. So what are we to say here? Get out of the cities, because Democrats are running the cities. Let's make no mistake, or the state, like in the state of Colorado. Apparently they have a Republican mayor, but they are surrounded by Democrat cities, and the state is run by a Democrat. So they are allowing this to go on. There is a reason why Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, the VP, current VP, has allowed, and Mayorkas has allowed this border to be open.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented and cross the border as criminals. That's correct. That is correct.
I have said it before, and I will say it again. They are trying to create mass chaos. They are trying to not just, a lot of people focus on the voting aspect and say, oh, well, it's because they want illegals to vote. But you're talking about the ones who they want to vote are the people who maybe have come here and feel like they are indebted to whatever party allowed them to come in. These are not the gangbangers who are going to be voting. So there is a multiple pronged approach here. Yes, maybe some are being let in so they can vote. All of them are being let in so they can be counted in the census, so they can receive more congressional seats. These areas who are losing seats in the House and Senate because of the mass migration of people leaving these cities because of the crime. They're hoping to gain more people, higher population count in the census, so they get more seats so they can get more seats in the House and Senate. Also, they are allowing the criminal element to come in as well to cause mass chaos in these cities. Now, why would they want to cause mass chaos? Well, several reasons. One reason being instilling fear and terror. When you have a population of people who are petrified continuously, then people tend to give in to things they wouldn't normally give into. People tend to beg the government for safety. Safety, please take all the firearms away. Keep us safe. Please, we want a police state.
Pay attention. You'll hear the police say, get in the house. You'll hear several commands, and then you'll hear, light them up. And then that's when you get the fire. We'll play it again.
You know, this is...
Get in your house now! Let's go! Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
I want to say, please get out of the cities. Please get out of the cities and arm yourselves. That's what I would like to say. But I know a lot of you will get out of the cities and you will come to these places that do not vote for these crazy people like Brandon Johnson, Kim Foxx, the state's attorney, who before she got in office talked about, justice and reparations in the forms of letting criminals out of jail willy-nilly. So some of you who voted for these people are going to move into our nice quiet areas and vote for the same types of people with the same types of rhetoric. All I have to say is if you're going to move out of your dangerous environment that you voted for these people, I know some of you didn't know that that's what you were voting for. I know, I get it, but you have. And so now that you know, please do not move out of these violent areas into a place where they have been voting a certain way in order to keep all that riffraff out. Pay attention first, learn the culture, learn how these people have been voting in order to keep the place calm and peaceful. Vote the way they vote. If you start voting the way you voted when you were in the violent place, you're going to bring all that violence to the new place. So, do I want sensible, rational, hardworking people to get out of those dangerous war zones? Absolutely, I do. However, if you're gonna if you can't make the correlation, between the public policies that these Democrats are putting in place, because let me tell you again, as I have said again on this channel, today's Democrats are communists. They are not the same of, if you're in Chicago, the dailies, and you can say what you want about the dailies, but the city was not looking like this. Some of you may be too young to remember, but I remember, and the city was not nearly anywhere close to how dangerous it is today. Not even close. In fact, Brandon Johnson has said for quite some time now that those Democrats, those old school Democrats that you think you're still voting for, they are Republicans in disguise. So you see how far off the scale he is of anything even resembling an old school Democrat. He is not. The communists have taken over the Democrat Party. It is time to jump ship. By all means, move if you move if you're in one of these dangerous places, but do please, for goodness sakes, do not continue to vote for the people who are saying the same stuff that they're saying in order to get your vote from in the place that you left. You should already know by now. Illinois has implemented the Safety Act, which basically lets criminals in and out. Do not vote for these people. Please do not attempt to change the culture, the culture of the new place that you moved to. If you don't like the culture, then go somewhere else. But please do not try to change what is working in the new place. Learn what the culture is, how the people have kept the place the way it is, why you were attracted to it, and do that. If the building has not been taken over yet, like the one report says in Chicago, give it time. Give it time. That's what I say. It's only a matter of time before these gangs start really clashing if they haven't already. So let me know what your thoughts are. Ciao. God bless.